And certainly the Israelis have taken a bit of solace in the fact that Mr. McCain has been advocating a much more active role vis-a-vis fighting Iran. Now, there's been a difference in terms of the way Senator Obama and Senator Clinton approached the Iran problem and the way that Senator McCain approaches the Iran problem. Many people, when I'm in America, always ask me, so what do I care about Iran? I live in San Jose. What's the big deal? Aside from the fact that Iran is building an intercontinental ballistic missile that could potentially deliver a nuclear strike on downtown San Jose, Iran could, of course, also package a nuclear weapon in such a way that it could be a suitcase bomb that could go off in any American city around the world. So it's something that the Israelis pay quite a lot of attention to, and certainly all the presidential candidates are as well.
Yeah, kind of interesting. The political landscape in Iran is changing a bit as well. After the election here, President Ahmadinejad doesn't have kind of the support he had before that election, which may change our policy a bit to the country.
That's the beauty of living in a dictatorship. If you're the dictator of a country, it doesn't frankly matter how many seats in parliament you have. I mean, they make a big show of having a democratic, quote-unquote democratic election, but between you and me, it's quite clear that Ahmadinejad is ruling the country primarily because the mullahs, the ayatollahs that run the country want him to run the country. And what the average person on the street of Tehran and other cities in Iran think is of less import than it would be certainly in America or any other democratic country, Ross.
And David, we only have a couple of seconds here left. The Vice President will be coming to Israel as well. I believe a big part of his trip is to kickstart these peace talks between the Palestinians and Israelis.
Right. The Vice President wants to follow on with President Bush's visit here, and of course Secretary Rice has been here a number of times in trying to kickstart a diplomatic process, as it were. Look, it's been less than 2 weeks since about 2 minutes from where I'm standing, just to my left, there was a shooting attack in which 8 young kids were killed at the hands of a Palestinian militant. So to say that there are peace talks alongside the constant rockets coming from Gaza fired by Hamas into Israel, as well as these terrorist attacks right in the center of Jerusalem, it's very difficult to see what Vice President Cheney is going to be able to do. He can get them to talk, certainly. Mr. Olmert, the Prime Minister of Israel, doesn't seem to have a problem talking, but ultimately to say that a deal would be negotiated is difficult, given that the Israelis are bleeding in some sense from these 8 kids that were killed less than 2 weeks ago and the constant rockets coming from Gaza, Ross.
All right, David, thanks for talking with us this morning.